Hey guys, this is Shay Cosplays and I'm here to show you how I made my Ahsoka headpiece. I want to start off by saying this could not have been done without my cousin Gina, also known as Closet Cause. I did a documentary on her, so you guys should definitely check her out. So what you'll be using today is some polyfill. There's a nice bag of it so you guys know what it looks like. Expanding foam, you can use the Great Stuff expanding foam. The best ones that I have used so far is the Gaps and Cracks, which is the red version. Also, the Big Gap Filler. These are a lot easier to carve out when you're doing props and such, so I'd highly recommend these two. But you're welcome to use any other type of Great Stuff can foam. You will also be needing a mannequin head or a bust of your own head. Bust of your own head is preferred, but if you have not made it before, you don't know where to get started on it, use a mannequin head. Go for it. You also need some aluminum foil, painter's tape. You're also going to be needing some Scotch tape, a Sharpie, a pencil. You'll be needing some liquid latex, preferably the Ben Nye version of it. Ben Nye is a lot easier to use for props and such, so I'd highly recommend them. Also, they're prosthetic adhesive as well. Prosthetic adhesive is used for PAX paint. PAX paint is 50% acrylic paint and 50% prosthetic adhesive. This is what you'd use to paint the entire headpiece. It's nice and flexible and it won't be crisp on this. You'll also be needing some Model Magic. This is Crayola Model Magic. Air dry clay for the most part. You'll need a few bags of these. You'll also be needing some Podge spray, baby powder, a board to work with, like a cutting board or something else along that line, paintbrush, a carving knife for your expanding foam. I believe that's it. So let's get started. So to get started, we are going to be working on the mancho portion. The mancho portion is about the neck up. So you're going to be needing your mannequin head or the bust of your own head, expanding foam, aluminum foil, and painter's tape. So what you're going to do, you're going to take the mannequin or the bust of your own head, you're going to put aluminum foil over it, including where the ear covers. A little bit on your forehead as well. I'll have pictures of that. So you're going to cover it with aluminum foil. Then you're going to put some painter's tape on as well to hold it in place. Then you're going to spray your expanding foam over it. The reason why you have your aluminum foil over it is because you don't want the expanding foam to get stuck on your mannequin head or the bust of your own head. If it does get stuck, you're going to be ripping portions of the styrofoam mannequin head off or other things as well. So don't want that to happen. So after you spray it down, it'll look like brain matter. Don't be intimidated. You can carve it down. You'll be using a Sharpie to kind of get the outline that you want. Just have pictures of like what you're looking for online. Like if you're doing a Ahsoka's headpiece, kind of use that kind of as an outline for what you're doing. Okay, so after that, after you carve it to the nice shape, remember, you don't want it to go past your neck. If it goes past your neck, it's going to be, essentially when you have it on, you won't be able to move your arm. Like, you'll have no peripheral vision. You want it to move, essentially, neck down. So that's the reason why you stop with your expanding foam. When you do stop with your expanding foam, try to carve it in kind of in a circle shape. You kind of want it face down a bit. Makes it easier for the Leiku portion. Just the Leiku portion, if you had no idea. So I'll explain the Leiku portion in a minute. I'm pretty sure you might have noticed by now, your expanding foam will have like little gaps and cracks throughout it, little holes here and there. If it can't be fixed with your expanding foam, you're going to be using your Model Magic, which I showed earlier. Model Magic, you're going to put it within the holes, the big holes, and you're going to also take your excess Model Magic, hopefully that you have, and you're going to water it down. You want to kind of smother it all over the headpiece that you have so far, and you want a nice smooth layer of that. If it's not as smooth, you can sand it down. If there's some cracks in it, which Model Magic tends to have over time, you can spray it down with the Mod Podge spray. That should be it for the Mancha portion. And then for the Leku portion, you're going to be making that out of liquid latex and the polyfill. To get your pattern for the liquid latex, like I said earlier, for expanding foam, you kind of want to end it kind of face down a bit and with a circle shape at the bottom. You're going to be taking your printer paper, you're going to be making a cone shape. You want the top portion of the cone, essentially, to envelop the expanding foam, the circle that you made. Once you do that, keep in mind you want the bottom portion, the small portion of it, to not completely connect. You're going to cut it even. Also, you're going to cut that even as well. Again, still make sure that envelops it. Then you're going to cut along the side right here, the nice straight line. So then you're going to have a nice pattern for your Leku portion, for your liquid latex. You're going to take the tray, or okay, there that goes. You're going to take a board or a tray or something like that. You're going to put your you're going to put your pattern of your for your Leku on it, and you're going to trace it out with your pencil. Once you do that, you can take the paper off, and now you have your pattern. You're going to paint inside the lines with the liquid latex. You'll need at least 5 layers of this because, like I said earlier, the reason why I'm replacing this is because there's a lot of cracks in here on the inside of it because there was not enough layers of latex. So at least 5. You want more just to play it safe. So once you have that, you're going to baby powder the whole entire thing, the top layer. Then when you slowly peel it off, you're going to continuously put baby powder on it. This way, the liquid latex won't stick on itself. If it does that, then it's not going to be pretty to get it smooth again. Once you get the whole thing off, you're going to put it back into the cone shape because now it can make the perfect cone that you want, and you're going to be liquid latexing the seams of it. And then you're going to flip it inside out, liquid latex the seam of it once again. So like I said earlier, there's a small hole at the end of it. You're going to be taking some expanding foam and you're going to kind of make a little tip for it. You're going to put some Model Magic on it, and then you're going to smother it again with a watered down Model Magic as well, because you want a nice kind of strong look for it as well at the bottom of your Leku. You want to make sure that's a little bigger so it doesn't fall completely out of it, of the Leku, when you put it down there. Once it is down there, you will kind of liquid latex the whole entire thing so it can stay in place. After that, you're going to be putting some of your polyfill in this. You want, I'd say maybe 3/4 of it. Can't remember off the top of my head how much I filled it up with, but you don't want it completely full. The reason why you don't want it stiff is because you want it to be able to move. So you see, nice and movable, or when you're walking, you can actually see and have a little bit of peripheral vision. You won't have complete, your peripheral vision will kind of be limited with any type of Togruta headpiece, if you think about it. Because of the expanding foam, it's still a little stiff up here, but you can still move quite a bit. If you put the expanding foam all the way down, you really can't see that much. You're just gonna be like, that's the only way you can see. While if it stops here and you have the liquid latex with the polyfill, you can see a lot better you can have a lot more peripheral vision. Okay, so when you're trying to connect it, you're gonna pin it all the way around, essentially on top of the expanding foam. Once you do that, you're gonna be liquid latexing it together. So there's a liquid latex on the Leku portion, and then there's expanding foam up top, or the Model Magic at this point, covering the expanding foam. You're going to smooth it out, and by now it should be complete. If you might have noticed by now that your expanding foam and your liquid latex won't exactly be the same color. That's where the PAX paint comes in Like I said, PAX paint is 50% prosthetic adhesive and 50% acrylic paint. You're going to paint the whole thing white. And after you paint it white, you can paint your patterns on it. You can lightly pencil it on there. You should have some pictures of the type of Togruta that you're doing, whether it is Ahsoka or if it's an original or Shock T or some other, Togrutas out there. With Ahsoka's older version, it's a lot more intricate and a lot more difficult compared to her compared to her Clone Wars version, where it's easy block stripes. That's a lot easier compared to this one. So yeah, after you get it all painted, you can spray it down with Mod Podge if you'd like, but the PAX paint should be well done. So if you think it's too heavy, what you can do is on the inside of your headpiece right here, you can carve it out, because if you use the mannequin head, it might not fit your proportions that well. So just carve out the center of it and try to fit it on. If it's still a little heavy, you can carve on the inside of your tails, and you can take some of your expanding foam out. Essentially, for the back montrol, it's the same exact method. However, with Ahsoka, it's a little different because she has kind of like bowl here, and then liquid latex. That's how we did it. And you can just kind of carve out your expanding foam throughout the center of it. It's going to be a little heavier in the back if you do majority expanding foam in the front, in the back. Let me rephrase it that way. So just be careful of that. You can just carve out some of the expanding foam through the inside of your head. If you want a nice, comfortable version of it for your head when it's resting in it, you can use some of your extra polyfill, and you're going to put it on the inside of it. And you're going to take some white, lightweight fabric, and you're going to place it over the polyfill, hot glue it around the sides of it, and it should stay nice and comfortable. Headband is pretty simple. We just use some crafting foam to cover the edges of it, and then pleather as well to cover it as well. Just hot glued it down on there, and that's how we did it. Pretty simple. Yeah, I hope this is helpful. Like I said earlier, this is all Closet Cause. She inspired me to make this, along with many of my other cosplays as well. So feel free to check her out. Also, thanks guys. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'd love to answer them. So